Hello and welcome to my video where I'm going to show my calculator, which I made for programming for interaction for mediology. I'm going to start out by showing the calculator. It looks like this. Has some functions, add, subtract, divide, multiply and modulus, and has some extra functions, plus minus, square root, pi, and then it has a memory function. And it works. And we also can use the comma. Oops, now I broke it. It does work though. It just must not overdo it. And now we're going to have a look at the code. We start out by initializing some variables. The first one is the result text, which is basically used in void start when we initialize and start up the entire program. Then we have some floats, string, and int for the switch cases, which I'm going to mention later on. After we start up the project, which we do by, we have this called result text, which is used in the write to text field down here. Then that's what we do that by using the game object and doing the result, and which is this text up here. Then we go down to write to text field, which is used all the way throughout the program, which makes it possible for the input put into the program to actually be shown. So if we write something, we can see it on the screen. This is done by, we have this result text, which I mentioned, up here. The text in that is equal to a string, and then the result. The result is what is put into the calculator. Then we have clear result, which is a public void. This one was as well, and these are all public voids, which means that we can access them in Unity. If they're not public voids, we can't access them. Clear result means that this function is used in the delete the C button in the calculator. That means the result is 0, and the multiplier is 1. So that means there isn't a comma. So if we write something in here, press C, becomes 0. And then write to text field. That means that it actually takes in what we do and shows it. And we have save operation, which is mostly used in switch cases, and we have this temp save, which is used throughout the entire code, which saves the temporary result, so what we've put in so far, as well as what we've put in earlier. So for example, I say 2 plus a9, then 9 is what we have so far, and it remembers 2 as well, and that's temp save. Then we have this memory button, and that is we have saving result and read result, where saving result is the first step of the memory button or the memory function. So it stores the current result in something called save result. So if I write this and presses the memory, first step of the memory button, it stores that result. And then we have this read result, and that means it shows what was stored in the save result. And then it writes to text field, so we can see it. So that means I've stored this now before. I press C and press something else. Then when I press memory, the original or the one I stored before comes up. Then I have the add digit function, which is basically the comma. And that means we can make comma, numbers with commas in them. And that is, we have, it's an if-else statement, so we take the argument of the multiplier. And if the multiplier is equal to 1, then the result is then the result, then the result is multiplied by 10 and added by d, which is the argument taken into the add digit. Else the result is d times multiplier, multiplier is 10, and then it's right to text field. Then we have this public void calc result, which is a switch case containing all these different functions. So we have case 1, which is plus, and then takes the result, unpluses it to the temp save. Then we have case 2, which is minus, so it takes the temp save and minus those minuses, subtracts the result. Case 3 is multiply, so it multiplies by the result. Case 4 is divide, so it divides. And case 5 is modulus, so it takes the modulus. Then we have operation, which makes it which actually makes it different functions instead of writing it all in one line. And the multiplier again with the commas, and then right to text field. And then we have the 3 extra functions. The first one is revert result, which if I have this number here, if I press the revert result, it basically just makes a positive number into a negative one, and a negative one to a positive one. And that was done by multiplying by -1. Then the set multiplier was the comma, which I mentioned earlier. And then we have the public void get pi, which shows pi. When you press pi, it's pi. And that was done by using a built-in function called mathf, math for mathematics, and f for float. And then another built-in function called pi, which is pi. And then we have the last one, which is square root. So if I take 25 and take the square root, that's 5. And that was used by using a built-in function called mathf as well. And then square root, which is built in as well. And square rooting the result which was put in. And that's it. Thanks for watching.